opportunities, and they'll be up against a Cowboys defense looking to knock that conversion rate down.
Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just off the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford, we are just about set for football on EA Sports from MetLife Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where...
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 47 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's how you want to start a sequence defensively. That's what we used to call a partner. Hello, glad to meet you. Tagged him for a loss.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. That one goes for 24 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Back out of that belly. Here we go. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Blue 90.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield.
Gone.
Back to throw. Connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Used to have a coach who used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. Out of his end zone, Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Detroit!
Now they try the right side here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll set up to throw. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. He'll look to throw. Caught left side. It's Beckham. 12 yards there as they move the chains. offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the 1st quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Here we go.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early lead in that one for the Packers. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And out now come the Cowboys. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points. Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Prescott now from the 50. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Second down, Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Olivier Vernon in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Prescott to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. 22 yards on. Pick up there, and that'll bring up fourth down. Fourth down, Prescott. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face a third down. Play fake. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
No, check. Patriot. No, let's go. Check. Patriot. Over.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion.
Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Gun. Set. Over.
On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And with that, they'll take a 2-point lead here in quarter number 2.
So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what it is.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On second down, Elliott. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. On the counter, Elliott. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Prescott now on second down. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown.
Martin, I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows him sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. The Jets out to an early lead over the Dolphins. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They start on the ground with Elliott. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Here's Prescott. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Devon Kennard in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. got his man on the out route. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll run it now out of the gun. Space to run past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Franks now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Shift together here from the D-line. A second down throw for Prescott. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On third down, it's Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Fresh set of downs here. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Spins past it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They go to Elliott again. Shelling through the defense. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now Prescott. Flushed out right. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do it, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brought you.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
And Bailey able to knock it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. So the D-line's going to spread out.
Now let's go. No. Check the drill. Here we go. Detroit. Boom, line it. Watch it now, Barney.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now.
Halfback sent in motion. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Set. Green, 39. Gone. Detroit. Set.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. A first down carry by Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Flush to his right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The former Cowboy star, Randy White, in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. So the defense gets to the quarterback. Now the offense backed up on 2nd down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. To throw is Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. He takes it to the 15. Nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing. Prescott. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no...
10 yards still left on 2nd down. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dante Moncrief, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And the lead will shrink to 6. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And New York set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And to give this time to the tailback. And he powers his way up past the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. Prescott from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And the lead is now 13. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. Back to it after the pick six. Prescott. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need two of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Let's go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Here's Brad Wing now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 10. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands.
And got his man complete. And he is down deep into Giant territory. A big play here for Dallas. 57 yards. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Prescott being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Giants touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
It's in the 4th quarter down in Miami. The Jets have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown advantage. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this 2nd half. Now Franks for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Cowboys. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Again, it's Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, that run is one to build on, and I know it sounds like a cliche, and it seems like a simple thing, but truthfully, coaches are always looking for something to pull out of a tough day. And right now, this team has had one of those. So that run there, I guarantee that's a clip and save as they move forward and look towards the next game. And he'll tell his team, this is what we're looking for. This is what we planned for. Let's have more of this to start games as opposed to getting it at the end.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Come on out here, come get some. Come get some. Come on here, come get some. You don't want it.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The Giants on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Here's Brad Wing now as he's on to punt for New York.